We are live. I know it's a couple minutes early, but I wanted to start a few minutes early so that I can get everything set up, because we all know how awkward I am at setting things up. Let's see if I can get the chat open and then get this tweeted out. Maybe. Just so that people know that this is going on, because I don't really trust YouTube sometimes. Hi, Shay. I'm so glad you could make it today. Okay, so we are now tweeted as well. Whew, excuse me. So I thought that we could get back into this page and maybe continue coloring through here. I know we had talked about possibly doing this page, but I'm kind of feeling this one, so that is what we're gonna do. I know. I mean like that. So I believe I have all the colors still pulled for this page. I've been trying to keep them separated so that I know what to do. Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Shay. For me, it's been one of those weeks that, I don't know, it's just a combination of everything. And so I'm just keeping it really, really, really mellow. But I do hope you start feeling better. There was so many things that I was going to tell you guys, but at this point, it's like all gone from my brain. So I will just kind of start in on this. And of course, as always, I will start with the pink colors. So I've got 723 and 815. So I don't really have any plans for this page. As per usual, just winging it. Hi, Elizabeth. Oh, yuck. Allergic reactions are never fun. I did excitingly get to go to a local art store yesterday. It's just a small little place that's downtown. And I've been there maybe once before, but that was before I started this whole like huge coloring adventure, I guess you could call it. And so I wanted to go and see what they had in stock. I mean, and it wasn't a very big place, but I wanted to check it out because I love supporting local businesses. However, they didn't carry the stuff I have. So I use a lot of the Faber-Castell product lines. So I've got the Polychromos and I've got the Artist PITT pens. And I was looking to pick up a couple more of those, but sadly, they did not have open stocks of either of those two. But me being me, I couldn't go out of that store empty-handed. And so I ended up picking up a couple of the zigs. Now, I don't know how I feel about these yet. I don't know if there's something I want to completely invest in. I mean, the brushes are amazing and they're fun, but this is another one of those kind of expensive product lines. And I don't know if I want to go completely into this. And plus, these ones are watercolor based, and I don't have quite the skill set to deal with that. But I did pick up these, and I will be playing around with them just to see if they play the way I normally color. So these ones are the clean color, and these are and then other ones are the brushables, which I didn't realize have two different colors in them. So you have a darker and a lighter side of these pens. So you kind of got that two-tone blending that you can do without even trying. And so this one is the water color based, and then the other one I think is just some kind of like pigmented ink. It doesn't really say, but it is waterproof and fade proof. And yeah, these are basically marketed for like scrapbooking and things like that, but I was there. I wanted to pick up a few things. So maybe I'll slowly pick up more of these and they might show up in my coloring, but probably not. I don't know. I don't know. I have just so many markers right now, but I love getting new ones. So I have a slight problem. And I did finally get my new marker stands all set up where they're supposed to be. They've been sitting up in my living room for the past week because my desk has been a mess. But right before the stream, I decided that I was going to make room for them. So they are now sitting next to me, which is lovely. But I can't really show them to you right now. However, okay, so Read-A-Rama is a readathon that I help host. We do like 3 times a year, and the next round is happening the 9th through the 15th. I have a whole announcement video over it, but basically it's reading as many books as you possibly can within a week. And there's challenges and things like that, and I'll be hosting Twitter sprints and all of that. But every time I do Read-A-Rama, I also do daily vlogs. So I thought for one of the daily vlogs, I might do a tour of my setup. Because I've done it once before during Read-A-Rama. I've showed how my markers and everything are set up and how I stream and all of that. But since it's been updated, I figured it might be nice to show you guys all again. Plus, since I stream every Sunday, that'll be included in one of my vlogs. So if you guys want to check that out, you can totally creep my setup because I love sharing that kind of stuff. Let's see. I'm glad you guys are excited about it. And I'm glad that you liked my review of the Crayolas, Elizabeth. I had great fun using those. I got plans for a coloring book I just got and using those ones. And you've probably seen this coloring book before. It's one of the Sun Life drawing coloring books. It's the dot and lines, I believe. Anne at A Colorful Life and a couple other ladies have done pages in it before, but it showed up on my doorstep, so I figured I'd check it out. I need to read Princess Jellyfish. I have never heard of that one, Shay. What is that one about? Granted, I love any kind of princess-based story. I won't lie. Ash Princess, I've been seeing that one everywhere, and I really, really want to get my hands on that one. And not for the reason that you would think, because I'm weird, and I love to read stories that have connections to names that I know. So Ash Princess is centered around a girl named Theodosia, which is what Theodosia's name is based off of. So now I need to get my hands on Ash Princess. I know, I'm very superficial that way sometimes, but even Hank Green's book, his book that is coming out, I'm super excited about it because the main character is named April May, and I nearly died when I learned that one. Oh, I think I've seen a picture of the manga on your Instagram account, Shay. So you really like that one. I'll have to check that one out. I was at the local used bookstore the other day, and unfortunately they don't have a very big manga section because I was checking it out hoping that maybe, because I do want to add more manga into my reading life, but it's one of those things that I want to do in a smart way, because otherwise that could just eat up my funds. Between coloring and reading, my play money doesn't last very long. Let's see. I think I'm going to switch to the blue. Ooh, and I don't know how many of you guys saw, but I actually finished a little section in Succulent Dragons the other day, and I'm really, really proud of it, so I have to show it off as many places as I possibly can. I do have a picture up on Instagram. So that's the little dragon I colored. I think he turned out really well, especially for colored pencils. I don't consider myself proficient in colored pencils, but I just use the Tombow Erogens, I believe is how you say that. And I'm like, well, what's the worst that can happen? I ruin a small corner of this coloring book. But I am actually really excited with how this turned out. So I think I'm going to attempt to do this whole coloring book in colored pencils and maybe flip back and forth between my Erogens and my Polychromos. Yeah? Are you okay, little girl? Sometimes it sounds like Nissa is dying when she cries like that, but I promise you she's not. Oh, I think she's gonna come and join us. You're gonna knock over all the lights, aren't you, little girl? Yes, that's my coloring book. She's just gonna pass through. That was Nissa. Okay, so for the blues, I have 443 and 491. And of course, as always, after I'm done recording this, I will have everything I use down in the description as soon as I can get them in there. I think I'll leave that one green, but I want this one blue. Sounds like there's someone at our front door. Probably got a package, which is exciting. Okay, I'm really proud of myself, guys. I installed my own doorbell the other day without electrocuting myself. All by myself. I'm really super proud. So that was my accomplishment of the week. Part of it is because I love technology and trying new technologies. So we got one of those doorbells that records motion, or will take a video of anybody who rings the doorbell, because in my neighborhood we have a interesting problem of ding-dong ditchers. So I got a nice fancy doorbell just so I can have a little peace of mind, because it got to the point, this was before me and my husband were married, and so he wasn't living in the house. It was just me and my roommate. So it's just us two girls. And let's be honest, most of these kids are bigger than me because I am a rather small person. And so when I was home alone, and sometimes this would be happening, I'd be terrified. So it was one of those instances where I would not have the TV on or anything so that they would think that nobody was home. And I would find a corner to hole myself up in. I know that sounds sad, but that's me and my anxiety. So the new doorbell has given me a little bit peace of mind, because right now I am actually home alone. And so it's just that extra level of security, I guess. maybe that one right there. And I know that conversation just went a really weird direction. And I apologize for that, but it's one of those things that I am very excited that I installed it by myself. Yeah, I don't know why the kids decided that our house would be a good house to pick on. I think part of it is because we're in the direct path to the park nearby, and so we're an easy target, and the house I'm currently living in had stood empty for so long that it had at one point become the local delinquent hangout spot, I guess you can call it, before someone flipped it. And so not only do we get ding dong ditched, I had to remove the water turn-offs and turn-ons from the spigots because they would come by and just turn on the water and walk away. So the water would just continuously run out of my hoses. So I have removed those. So if you ever want to use the hoses at my house, you actually have to take the handles with you outside to turn on the water. Yeah, it is a little frustrating. There are definitely lulls when this happens because I think it comes in waves, and most of the kids that originally started out doing this have since either moved away or have gotten a little bit older and decide I'm no longer worth harassing, which is nice, won't lie. Very thankful for that. But I try to appease all the kids in the neighborhood by giving them extra candy at Halloween. I'm like, please like me. Take all of the candy. Don't harass me. Okay, so purple is 606 and 620. I mean, I don't really begrudge them too much. It's just one of those things that sometimes I wonder, I'm like, do you have too much time on your hand? Oh, I was also going to ask you guys, are you guys involved in any color alongs or coloring things this month? I've started a new tab on my coloring document, which I believe is linked in the description right now, that is like an events tab. So I'm slowly trying to gather all the things that are going on this year and trying to put them in there. It's been quite a task trying to get all of the information, but I love doing this kind of research and making these kind of lists. So I was wondering if there's anything that you guys are involved in that I can add to the list. I mean, I've been watching some of the other ladies coloring and hearing about their events and putting it on my list. But I was just curious if maybe I missed anything or if there's anything I don't know about, because this community is so large and there's so many things going on all the time. And I just really like making lists, which is probably why I have been successful in using my bullet journal for a year and a half now, which I never really thought was going to happen. But I'm still chugging away at my bullet journal. And it's not very fancy, but it's got me a lot of lists. which I find helpful. Kirby versus, yeah, Sammy is doing that one. I did hear about that one, which looks exciting. Except for I only have Kirby's books, so. I have thought about putting my bullet journal out there. I don't know. I mean, it's not super exciting. Like I said, it's literally just list. I don't really fancy it up. I mean, and it kind of has a color scheme only because I have favorite colors and I always seem to use them. But because I always start out with a list of all the monthly things, and then my to-do list, my home to-do list, and then I've got booktube list of ideas of things I want to do, and then a list of books that I need to read for the month. And then on the next page, I keep a list of all the books I've read for the month, so I know what to include in my mid-month wrap-ups or any wrap-ups I'm doing for my readathons that I'm doing. And then I have a list of things that I think would be interesting to talk to you guys about during these streams. And then I have a list of things that I need to do at work. And that's about it. So each month I have those same kind of lists. And of course they change per month because I don't do the same thing each month. I think I want, so I've got this butterfly, that one, and that one. I don't even know if you can see any of that. Sorry about that. So I think I want to do this one green. She says questionably. You know I want to do that one green. Might do that one purple. I know it's next to this purple one, but that's okay. I think 100, or 100, wow, I can read. I think 1,000 subs by your birthday is a good goal. Oh, thanks, Christy. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, like I said, I was divided between doing this page or coloring the Flower Girl in the Sakuram coloring book. But I decided that this is kind of what I was feeling right now. So here we are. Granted, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do, because I think I want to add metallics in here, maybe, possibly. I think metallics might be nice. I don't know. I'm really good at winging this kind of stuff. Okay, and now we've got the green. So I'm kind of thinking metallics and I'm kind of not, because I almost want to keep the butterflies very vibrant. So maybe like a silver metallic. Okay, so the greens we have 243 and 296. I think it's just those two butterflies. So part of me wants to do some of this edging in black and then bring in maybe like silver pops of color. But I don't know. And I might have to go back to some of the butterflies and add a little bit more. See, like here in this one, I could probably add some more green. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe I was completely off screen. Yes, I was. So this butterfly right here, maybe I'm gonna add some more green into him. And I won't lie, I love how supportive both the coloring and the book community are. You guys are amazing. And I don't know how many of you guys cross into both. Sometimes I wonder if I'm trying to do too much with my channel by doing both coloring and books. But at the same time, I can't justify 2 channels. That seems like a lot of work. So I did put out the other day, because I do want to start doing coloring wrap-ups where I talk about my works in progress and what I've accomplished for the month. And I asked whether you guys wanted that within my reading wrap-ups and just make it one combined, or if you wanted a reading wrap-up and a coloring wrap-up. And it sounds like you guys would prefer 2 separate things, which I'm perfectly okay with. Let's see, how do I want... So I think starting the end of this month, I mean, I'll do my normal mid-reading wrap-up and then my end of the month wrap-up for reading. But then I'm probably going to add in a color wrap-up as well. I mean, I'm probably going to do a video at some point this month where I do all of the things that I have done through December, or from December through May, which honestly isn't a lot, just because of the wedding stuff that was happening in that time period. But then starting the end of this month, I'll probably do a monthly wrap-up for my coloring stuff, if you guys are interested. Which it kind of sounds like some of you are, so I will give it a try and we'll see how it goes. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that one yet, because I'm torn between just having my usual style of completed coloring pages where I just show you the images, you know, with some nice background music or something, or if I want to do something that's a little more involved in sitting and talking about and explaining the thought process between some of them. So like why I chose the colors I chose and the mediums I chose, and then showing my works in progress and what I have planned for them. And I have thought about adding to my reading wrap-ups a section of currently reading, so that you guys know what I currently have on my plate reading-wise. I'm always looking at ways to grow and evolve my channel. So, because just lately I felt like I've been in a place where I've become very stagnant. I'm doing the same kind of videos over and over and over again, which is why I started adding coloring videos, because I wasn't feeling that creative spark anymore. But now that I've been doing these kind of coloring videos for about 6 months now, it's like, okay, so what is the next step? What can I give you guys that you guys will enjoy? So we'll see how it goes. I always like doing new things. Let's just hope I don't, fall on my face as I do it, right? I'm honestly not too worried about it because you guys are so kind and very open to anything I want to try. So I think at this point, I am going to go back and look at the butterflies and add some more colors to some of them. So like maybe some more blues in here, some more greens in here. And then I think I am going to do the silver and black. So any of these spots that I don't color, I'll probably color in with silver. And then all of these will be outlined in black. Oh, thank you, Christy. You are so kind. I always love reading your comments. Okay, so do I want to... Choices, choices, choices. I think I want to color this part. And I am hoping to actually catch Anne at a Colorful Life live today. I always manage to miss her, even though she's like nearly right after my stream. But the only plan for today is to do laundry, because I really need to do laundry. So I don't have to go anywhere, because at this point I'm just at the point where I'm like, I'm tired of going places. I want to be a homebody. Just let me be a homebody. I mean, I love seeing my family and everyone else, but I can only do so much before I need me time. And I am hoping to get this page done sometime this month. I think this is one of the pages that I want to do completely on stream though. I'm gonna try and do that more often, is completing things on stream with you guys. I'm also thinking about that after I finish a page on stream from start to finish, that I would create a speed color out of it, where I combined all of those streams together into one video that's sped up so that you can see the overall progress of it. So the only page that I've finished on stream so far has been the Doodle Invasion page by Kirby Rosan. So I'm starting to put that together. And I might do, my first chapter read over like I have done for some of my other speed colors, but I don't know what book to put with that one. So if you guys have any ideas, just let me know, and maybe I'll do some of that. Either that, or I'll just leave it as a speed color, a silent speed color. And start streaming, I believe it's at 2 Eastern. And anybody can correct me if I'm wrong about that. And I know sometimes it's hard to be perfectly scheduled and things come up, and sometimes you start earlier or later, or you have to skip a day and reschedule, kind of like I had to do last week. Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was 2 Eastern. Okay, I think I'm gonna add some more green to this down here. So what are you guys coloring and or reading right now? I am currently reading Bone Witch. Oh yeah, I forgot Shalene is on tonight too. She's Eastern as well, so that's what, 5 o'clock here? I might be able to catch the beginning of her stream, but I have dinner tonight too with some friends of mine. So I always go back and catch all of those. If I can. You'll have to let me know how Winter's Kiss is, Shay. I mean, I've heard mixed things about that one. I recommend anybody who wants to get this coloring book should get this coloring book because it is amazing. The paper is amazing, the illustrations are amazing, and I cannot say how much I love her work enough. Let's see. I think and I'd have the dark green, which is not helpful. Whoops. We're just gonna run with it. It's fine. Oh, we have more people. Hi, everybody who just joined. Succulent dragons, you will probably have to Google succulent dragons and Stephanie Law, and it will probably take you to a Kickstarter campaign where you can pre-order it. That's how I recommend to do that, because she doesn't have it anywhere else that I know of. And I believe it's pre-order for September or around there. I just got it earlier because I was a part of the original Kickstarter campaign. But I'm really, really, truly enjoying it. And it is giving me a little bit more confidence to possibly go into my pop manga coloring book and maybe color a few pages. I've had that coloring book for probably a year now, and I haven't colored a single page in it because I'm terrified of ruining it. And I know I shouldn't be, but I am because I love her artwork so much. So like I said, this coloring book right here is Succulent Dragons. This is the one I'm trying to get everybody to get. I think maybe around $20, and it was part of a Kickstarter campaign, and I think you can still pre-order it on the Kickstarter. So if you just search that and run with it. Otherwise, this is just Fantomorphia by Kirby Rosan, which is pretty much everywhere on ColorTube. Yeah, no, I was showing this off earlier for everybody who didn't see it yet. But I got my first page colored in it. I got my little tiny dragon done which I'm really, really happy with. I don't even know if you guys can tell, but there's a little bit of gold on his wings. This is my first attempt at adding gold. I know it's not a lot, but I like to start subtle. Okay, so where was I? Adding more, because you never can have too much color on a page. So, and one of the things I find fairly interesting is I do art all day. I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, but I'm a graphic designer. But I design software. I'm completely coloring off screen. Sorry about that, guys. And there's something about coloring in coloring books that I find so soothing, because the framework is already there. It's just figuring out what the colors are. That, and I cannot draw to save my life. And so I love that I can take somebody else's artwork and then add my own spin to it. And I know everybody's got different reasons for coloring, for anxiety reasons, for health reasons, for relaxation reasons. And I think that's what I really, truly like about this community, is the fact that we're all doing this for ourselves. Okay, I think I'm gonna pull out the blues again and go back and fill out some of the blue butterflies. And if I bump the camera, I apologize, because my markers are over on that side over there. But I have the bar that my phone is on, like right at shoulder level. So every once in a while, I just kind of like bump it. Okay. So I know I was alternating, but I think I'm just gonna completely fill these out. Now that I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. But I am super excited about showing you guys my marker setup. I know I've put pictures on Instagram and Twitter of what they look like just sitting upstairs in my living room. But now that they're down here next to my drafting table, I'm really super excited. Am I on screen? There we go. Oh, I love it. Especially that you color with your husband. What me and my husband have gotten into the habit of doing is, right now we're binging all of the episodes of Supernatural because A, he's never seen it, and B, I haven't seen some of the newer episodes because I no longer have cable. And so we're flying through that right now. But as we're watching, I'll be sitting there and I'll be coloring and bickering back and forth with him because that's our love language. I don't know if you guys know this. I am a very, very sarcastic person. It doesn't always come across when on my channel and things like that, but I am just downright sarcastic. And so while we're watching things like this, there are some things that come out of my mouth. Oh, you are so sweet. Thank you. I am honored that I am one of your favorites. Yep, the super roommate is in the room. And for all of you guys who don't know, my super roommate is my husband. Okay, so where do I want? That is a good question. Maybe this one. But I am super glad that I've started doing this live streaming because I feel like I get to talk with you guys a lot more. Because I mean, I don't mind, you know, responding to comments on the bottom of a video, but there's something more dynamic about doing this back and forth with you guys. Let's see. Hi, Victoria. I'm so glad you could join. Oh, and I was going to let you know, Shay, that I was actually talking with my super roommate the other day about needing to get a haircut and how I keep threatening to drive all the way to your place so that you can cut my hair, because that makes economical sense. So if I just like randomly show up, because, you know, I totally know exactly where you're at. But if I randomly show up in your random vicinity, yeah, you know what happened. I finally have broken down and decided that my hair just, it needs some love. I love it. I love it. Yeah, you can write that off on taxes, right? Let's see, is there any more? We could probably, these two blue ones, add some more there. Oh, I love that, Shay. So surprisingly, the girls are not harassing me today. I think they're just getting sun drunk in the window right now, watching the neighbor mow. I think I want to do this blue. Yeah, I'm definitely liking it with more of the colors. Yep, sun-drunk kitties are some of my favorite. Just warm, sleepy kitties are my favorite. Oh, goodness gracious. I just colored on my wrist because I am smooth like that. Oh, thank you. Now, I have to be honest with you because Kirby did another kind of, he did more of a sugar skull in one of his books. And the more I think about it, I might be kind of close to the color scheme that I did in that book with this one right here. So I might have to dig that one out and take a look, because I have a habit of picking my favorite color tones and running with it. Yeah, the girls usually do that to me too. They'll just decide that I need help, mostly because they want to get on my lap. My lap isn't available. But on nice days like this, they tend to just bask in the windowsill. Sill. The windowsill. Yeah, I wouldn't change them for the world. Now the hope is, at some point in the future, to add to the nakeds and maybe get a pup. So, whoops, that's the wrong blue. So if at some point in the future that happens, I will definitely let you guys know. There'll probably be like announcement photos and then a gender reveal and probably a newborn shoot, because I'm obnoxious like that. That, and because everybody is, at this point, since Jeff and I are married, they're like, oh, okay, so when are the kids coming? About that. No, I thought it was a cute idea too. So there'll probably be lots of photos. But right now it's just in the we're trying stage. Gotta find the right pup to add to the family. But yeah, so every time I go to the Humane Society, I'm keeping my eyes open as I'm photographing the pups, if there's anybody who would fit into our family. Of course, I had to talk myself out of getting some another set of hairless guinea pigs the other day because there was some brothers available, but I've got my boys. I don't necessarily need to get more, but they were so adorable. And I'm like, but they need a home. They need a home. Never mind the fact that I have a severe allergy to them, but I seem to keep wanting to collect them. I don't know. Okay, I think that is all the blue I want to do. So we've got, oh dear, I pulled the green across my thingy. I don't know if you guys can see that. I can fix that, especially since a lot of that's going to be black. I can fix it. It's not a problem. I have a tendency to do that since I sit there with the markers open. But I do at some point hope to get some hairless rats. I know they are creepy as all get out to look like, or to look at, but I think they are absolutely adorable. And I've heard so many good things about rats that I'm just like, I have to, please. So that might be another thing. Yeah, I kind of have an animal problem. It's one of those things. The problem is I also love to spoil my animals. So I definitely have to keep the number of animals that I have limited, because I'd prefer to spoil my animals than to having a lot of animals. Because trust me, otherwise I would have animals coming out of my ears. Okay. And now that I think about it, that was a very strange visual to give all of you guys. Welcome back. So yeah. So some of the breeds that we're looking at are like the Chinese crest, or I always forget the breed name, but it's the dog from Disney's Coco. It's that Mexican hairless. So cute. That's my problem too. Yeah, I love all of the animals. And I'm pretty sure if I didn't have the allergy that I did, that I'd probably have like 4, 5, 6 cats. So maybe that's why God gave me my allergies, is because he knew I needed something to limit me and the number of animals I got. Yeah, my cats are both hairless. I have both a Sphinx and a Bambino. So one of them is just a regular hairless cat, and the other one is a Munchkin cat that's hairless. I love your chickens. I'm not gonna lie. If we lived in a place that allowed us to have chickens, maybe I can convince my super roommate to let me have chickens. Granted, I have no idea what my allergies would do with that. But I don't know. Chickens are just such an interesting creature. Yeah, Bambinos stay small. So Nissa has, her legs are like maybe that long. And both my girls, they aren't very big. Because you'd be surprised how small cats look when they don't have hair. And both of them are around 7 pounds each. But they eat everything. Okay. I think I got the purple, so we can go back. There's a few things I want to do with the pink. But then we will be ready for the silver and the black. And I might just do the silver for now. And then save the rest of it for one more stream. And then we should be done. Yeah, at one point in my life, before I discovered how severe all of my allergies were, I wanted to be a vet or a vet tech. And I wanted to own like an animal store. Granted, this is also when I was young and didn't understand all of the atrocities that can happen sometimes. But the thought of owning my own pet store, loved. Or my own vet clinic. But at this point, I've got my allergies to think about, and the fact that I am extremely squeamish. That just would never ever work. And I also thought about maybe doing foster care for some of the animals. But I think at this point, I will just have to be content with photographing the adoptables every week for the website and hoping and helping getting them adopted that way. So that's the best way for me to help. Even if I do want to take some of the animals home as I'm photographing them. Okay, don't think. Okay, do you guys want me to do the silver or the black first? Like, which part do you want to see now? Or do we want to save all of the silver and the black for another stream altogether? I feel like we should do one of them now. See if I can find my silver and my black. Let's see, okay, I got my silver. And since this is a pit, maybe I'll do the black with my pit. Because I haven't used my pits for a while. So I've got my silver pit and then my black pit. The only thing I'm really sad about is the fact that this is a bullet nib. But somehow I will survive. I did notice that I missed the green spot though. So I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna fix that real quick. Part of me thinks I should do the black first and then come back with the silver and make the silver the last thing I do. Ooh, what I could do is maybe add a dark gray in with the black and kind of give the blacks some tone to it. Maybe. Let's see. That might be too close to the black. So that's the gray. And that's the black. I don't know. That might give you... Oh, on the camera it kind of looks the same. Maybe I'll go one step down. So this is the cool gray 6. So I'm wondering... I think that's a warm gray though. Gosh darn it. Yeah, see that's the warm gray. I think I want to stick with cool grays. Is this a cool gray? Yeah, cool gray 3. Or is that 4? That's 4. I can totally read Roman numerals. It's fine. Yeah, so if we run between the black and this cool gray, let's see what happens. Right? That's what coloring books are all about. Playing around. So what I want to do is I want to fix this guy right here. I'll kind of pull that up a little bit. And maybe, so that we get some separation with this skull, I might go back with like a white Posca and outline the butterflies in white. Because otherwise the butterflies are gonna start to blend in. So let me kind of show you what I'm thinking. So I'll finish doing this one and kind of show you. Well, thank you for being here, Shay. Christy, I just want to put you in my pocket and keep you because you are so stinking sweet. Okay. So the rest of that butterfly will be silver, which I can probably do just so we can get an idea of what it's gonna look like. See, right now that butterfly just kind of disappeared into that skull, and that's a little bit of what I was afraid was gonna happen. And I totally just bumped you guys. I apologize. I also just got marker all over my phone. Whoops. Okay. Kind of like that. Okay, so that's it with the silver. I don't know if you can see that, but there's that silver there. And like I said, that butterfly just disappeared. Grr. Okay, so I got my little tiny Posca. So I'm thinking what we can do, kind of outline him in white, kind of like this. And I'll probably have to go back and fix it a little bit when I get all the other butterflies done. Just to give him a little bit of pop. And I might go over that a couple of times. Make it a little more opaque. See, this is me trying new things. I don't know if I like it. But it's happening. Really bring that up in a little bit. I don't know. I think it's one of those things that I'm gonna have to like run with on the whole page and then decide what I think. The color is antennae in. What do you guys think? Should I continue running with that? feel like I'm making this page really, really dark. But the other part of me is like, I've already started doing it. I might as well continue. It might be one of those things too that I get to the point where I've finished all of these butterflies and I might decide on something else I want to add in. I do not want to use that gray. That is the wrong gray. I'm going to put that gray back so I don't accidentally use it. So we'll try it on this butterfly. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize an hour had already passed. Well, in that case, I might finish this butterfly and then we'll outline him and see how he looks. And then we just might end the stream here for now. Take that in a little bit. Body, there we go. Then come back with the silver. Like that. And then let's see what he looks like with an outline. Hold on, I'm gonna clean off my tip a little bit. So what kind of white utensils do you guys like using? I'm always exploring what the best white is. I mean, I like this white Posca because it's got such a small tip on it. But I am noticing that the the laydown of the white isn't very opaque. So I usually have to do a couple layers before I'm satisfied with the opacity. I mean, I have all kinds of whites. Maybe I'll show them to you real quick. As soon as I get this done. I wish I had a steadier hand. Kind of like that. I don't know. I'll continue running with it. It'll be fun. But I've got my Posca. I have the glazed jelly roll. I have the regular jelly roll. I believe I have a souffle jelly roll around here somewhere. The souffle jelly roll. I also have this giant PITT white, and then I just got this Sakura white. I don't know how to even say that, so I'm not going to try. Just picked this one up. And then I have this Sharpie white. I also have this Sharpie white. And then I have this brush tip Posca. This mid-sized Posca. And then this giant Posca. Oh, actually, this is a chalk marker. I also have a Posca white. That's the same size. So I have this chalk white and the Posca. So these are all of my whites that I have been trying. I have yet to find the perfect white, as you can tell. White Signo pen. Okay, yeah, I haven't tried the Signo yet. I might have to try that one. Like I said, these ones, they're not bad, but they just don't give me the opacity that I want on the first pass. And I don't really trust how steady my hand is. See if I can put those all back. So that is what those guys look like. I don't know if you can see the metallic sheen or not, but you can definitely see my shaky line work, which is fine. Okay, so I think this is where I'm gonna end it for now. I'm so glad you guys could all join me. I think next time, next Sunday, I will probably go back to the guinea pig coloring book because I need to color in the June page, which I think is adorable. So I think you guys will like that. I'm probably going to do that with my Copic. I haven't decided if I'm going to do that like full on grayscale or not. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I feel that day. But I hope to see you guys back here next Sunday at 11 Central. And I heart your beautiful faces. Bye.